Eagles guys, I'm not going to take nothing but top dollar. Hello and welcome to the Durham Talents channel. My name is Jesse Durham. For today's installment of our quote series, we are going to address the saying of top dollar. Now, originally it would seem that this was implying that if there were a stack of earned dollars at a given time, that the top dollars or top dollar is going to be above and beyond the cost of living. So you would have your rent or your mortgage, groceries, all those basic necessities, and then what was above and beyond that is going to be top dollar. Now it seems that there's been a transition from that original meaning to now top dollar implies the highest amount being paid for a particular service or commodity, which is more in line with, because I've heard this saying, which is more in line with what I think of when I think of the idea of top dollar, or getting or giving top dollar for something. Now, if we could put on an infinite banking lens and consider this saying, I think lots of things based off of reading R. Nelson Nash's book and reading lots of the books that he's recommended, lots of things now that concern free market and capitalism, and perhaps in particularly EVA, economic value added, meaning the idea that capital has a cost to it. And you can know that simply by, well, me asking, well, why don't you lend me $1 million at 0% interest? Right, you're not going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. So capital certainly has a cost to it. Now, really, ultimately, instead of just viewing the top dollar or any dollar, what I would actually suggest that we consider, and that this perhaps be the takeaway from this saying, and this is why I even address these things, because we have these sayings in our minds and in our ears all the time, and I just don't know that we really take the time to consider what that means, to hear it, to repeat it, to think in that way, and is it beneficial? So here we're expounding a little bit and examining these sayings. And again, rather than just viewing the top dollar or any dollar, what people overlook, and this is the average American, okay? This is the crux of becoming your own banker, is that we're told by all the conventional folks out there to save, to build a nest egg, to earn, to put a certain percentage of our income towards X, Y, or Z, while overlooking the banking function itself. The reality that 100% of our cash flows go through our hands, but how much of that do we control? How much of that do we keep? How much are we abdicating to others by conventionally financing? So instead of just focusing on the top dollar or 15% of your income towards retirement or anything like that, what if we considered who controls the banking function in your life? And what if you inserted yourself into that position? How much more profitable would you be if you owned that banking system? So out of your top dollar or any of your dollars last year, let's say, how much of that do you have now? Well, another question, how much do you have from the last vehicle you bought that you financed? Well, unless you've already implemented the infinite banking concept, the answer is going to be what the answer is going to be. Okay, well, what if you could buy that vehicle and get the money back? And that vehicle is just an example. We could be talking about anything. We could be talking about financing college. We could be talking about financing investments. We could be talking about financing vacations or medications. We could be talking about financing all these activities for our children, whether it's travel. It's just there's so many different things. So again, the banking function exists. Who controls the banking function in your life? Let's look at the whole enchilada, as the saying goes. That whole cash flow or income that we have, who controls it? Who benefits from it? Are those dollars just being deposited in somebody else's bank and then being loaned out in multiples? Yes, they are. Well, I'm here to promote the idea that you can become your own banker, and it's worth your top dollar and every other one. So I hope that this has been helpful. If you would like to make a suggestion for a saying that we should study on this channel together, put it in the comments section. And if you'd like to have a conversation about how to implement the infinite banking concept into your household or your business or your investing, then you can reach us at 828-817-4223, or you can email durhamtalents@gmail.com. This has been a great pleasure for me. I look forward to our next conversation. Have a great day. Take care. I'll take top dollar. Ugh, no, it'll be top dollar or nothing. Deep in the heart of the Serengeti, it absolutely demanded top dollar.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Top dollar. This luxury model with its leather interior and panorama roof require top dollar.
Yeah, that's good.